So guys, I just realized that I filmed my entire video without having my microphone on, so now I have to refilm the entire thing, and I also had to wait a really long time because I realized that my camera battery was gonna die before I could refilm it. Professional.
Psych!
Hey guys, it is Kenzie here, and this week on Therapeutic Chaos, it is Haul Week. So I thought I would do something different. So anybody who knows anything about me knows that I love to read. I have a lot of books, I love my books. And I thought I would take this time to share some books that I love with you. So I guess it's going to be sort of more of a favorites video. What I'm going to call it is a book suggesting haul. So I'm going to talk about books that I have, books that I think you should get, and then you could do a haul of all of these books and read them and love them because I love them and I thought I would just talk about them. Some of them I've had since I was like 10 years old, others I just got, but yeah, it's sort of a wide variety of some of my favorite books that aren't as popular as like Harry Potter or stuff like that I know everybody's heard of, read, has had the opportunity. I'm leaving that one out because everybody knows Harry Potter. So I guess let's get going. Okay, so the first book I thought I would talk about is Eragon. Now, my copy's pretty beat up. It has, the front cover is like taped onto it and all missing a corner because I have had this book since I was really little and it's one of my favorites. The movie, I realize, was a complete flop, did not go well. It was too much for a movie, especially back then. Now maybe they could do a better job of it. TV show. They should do a TV show. So yeah, if you haven't read Eragon, it is about this boy in this village and it's this made-up land of Allegasia, and it has a map in the cover. I love when they do maps in the cover of the book because I love being able to track their voyages. So he discovers this dragon egg, and they're living under this tyrannical ruler. And yeah, so it's about his adventures, and it's a series of 4 books. I'm just showing the first one because I might as well just do the first one so that I don't have to go into this next ones because that would A, be a long video, and B, spoilers. I'm too lazy to censor those. Eragon is a fantastic book and I would really recommend it if you like elves and fairies and mythical things like dragons. Such a good book. Okay, so the second book that I want to recommend to you has a follow-up to it. So this book is called Fangirl. It's by Rainbow Rowell. It's about this girl who writes this fan fiction about this book that she loves, where there's magicians and magic and all sorts of things. And it's about her going to college for the first time and leaving home and her sister wanting to move in and start being super social with everybody, and she doesn't want that at all. It's sort of about family and finding a place where you belong and friendship, and there's romance, and it's just really cute, and I cry and I love this book. So yeah, I would recommend this book to you. And then there's this book as well, which is called Carry On by the same author. It is the fan fiction that she writes about these 2 magicians who are nemeses? I don't know what the plural word is. And then they have to sort of band together to conquer a greater evil, and they fall in love, and it's very gay and very cute, and I love this book. You should read it. Okay, the next book that I want to recommend is a spin-off off of the Vampire Academy series. So I figure probably some of you at least know what the Vampire Academy series is. They made a movie based off of it a couple years ago, and it sucked. I couldn't even watch the whole movie because it was so bad. But there's a spin-off book to the series, and I actually love these more than the original series. I've read the originals probably 5 times each, and these ones I've probably read 15 because they're so good. So yeah, this is called Bloodlines, and it's by Rochelle Mead, but it's about vampires and this girl who is super smart, and she's part of this organization that hates vampires and they're trying to keep the human population safe from vampires because they think vampires are the greatest evil in the world. So I would really recommend this book to you, but you should probably read the Vampire Academy series first. They're not super related, but they are enough that you need to have read that to get some of the stuff that goes on in this one. But I would recommend you read that and then read this because it's so good. Another book that you should read, also supernatural genre, is called Shadow Falls. This is the series name. This is my copy of the first 2 books. It's band together. See? 2 books in 1. The first book is called Born at Midnight. It's by C.C. Hunter, and it's about this girl who discovers that she's a part of this world where there's vampires and fairies and werewolves, elves, and a whole bunch of different things, and witches, and she finds out that she's a part of this world, but she doesn't even know what she is. and her parents are divorcing and it's a mess, and it's about her trying to fit in and belong and figure out what her part in this big thing is. And there's romance and friendship. It's really good. I'm actually rereading it right now and I just started the second book, but yeah, I would really recommend that. And then there's also a spin-off series called Shadow Falls After Dark because the main character is a vampire. So I would also recommend these two. I haven't even completely finished the series. There's one more book that I have that I just haven't read yet. So it's about her life after the main series ends, and it's really good also, and I would recommend that to you. But read the other ones first because again, there's a whole lot of stuff that you will miss if you just start with these ones. Another book I would recommend is the Soul Screamer series. These books are incredible. They're really dark, a lot to do with death and souls and demons. But so this is a big book, but it's actually 3 books. It's the prequel, which is just a short little story to get you wrapped into the universe first. And then the first book is called My Soul to Take. So yeah, that's the Soul Screamer series by Rachel Vincent. And it's one of my favorite books. There is, again, romance and family and friends, and it's just amazing in discovering who you are. So yeah, I would really recommend this book. I recommended it to another friend and she loved it. I'm very upset though because I had all of them and then my copy of the 4th book went missing and I don't know where it is. And so I haven't been able to read them because I haven't been able to find a new copy of it. This is almost my last book, but I would recommend Revolution by Jennifer Donnelly. It's an incredible book. It's about the French Revolution and this girl in the modern era who's really depressed because her brother died and she feels really alone and she doesn't really care about anything. And then she goes to France with her father who is concerned about her and he drags her along, but she doesn't feel like he cares about her, and there's a whole lot going on there. But then she discovers this diary from this girl who was living during the French Revolution, and it's about both of their stories and how they sort of combine and help each other out a little bit through the centuries, and it's just an amazing book. I would really recommend it, especially if you like history. If you don't like history, then I wouldn't necessarily, because it does have a lot to do with the French Revolution and France in those days, so I don't know. But if you just don't know if you like history, maybe try it out. But yeah, I would 10 out of 10 recommend this book. Please go read it. I have recommended this book to a couple of my friends. Both of them read it. One of them, it's her favorite book, that is Victoria. But this is the Shiver series by Maggie Stiefvater. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. I am so sorry. If I did not, you're one of my favorite authors. I should know this, but I don't. I'm a mess. I apologize. But so this, again, is about werewolves and this girl who loves watching the wolves outside of her house in the winter and then is always sad in the summer because they're gone. And then she discovers that one of the wolves is actually also a human, and it's 90% romance but also friendship, and it's just an amazing book, and there's 4 of them, so I would really recommend this. It makes me cry. I read it in about 2 days. It's not a really hard read. Like, the print's pretty big, and it's a pretty small book. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite books ever, and I read it so many times that it's falling apart. All my books of this series are falling apart. Go read it. Last but not least, my favorite book at the moment is by the same author. It is The Raven Boys. Well, it's the entire Raven cycle, but I didn't want to show them all because there's a lot of them, so I just decided to show the first book. It's about, how would you even describe it? I think the best way to describe it would be intense, deadly geocaching for human bodies. But no, there's psychics and Welsh people and Latin, and it's really an interesting concept that I'm really happy she did, because I haven't seen a lot of authors who would be able to give this book and this subject enough justice as how she makes it really intense, and you get so involved in the characters. Like, by the end of this book, I was hooked. I wasn't able to put it down. I had to go and immediately go buy the next one because I was like, no, I need to know what happens. The 4th book is coming out in April of this year and I cannot wait. But yeah, there's psychics and Welsh people and Latin and trees and nature and dead people and gay people, and it's just amazing. So I would really recommend this book to you. It's absolutely one of my favorite books ever. So yeah. That's it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. These are some of my favorite books, and I really poured my heart out picking them because I have so many favorites that I was like, okay, which ones do I need to go with? So yeah, I wanted to go with the ones that mean the most to me. So yeah, these books all mean a lot to me, and I really hope that you read them and enjoy them. If you like this video, please go give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe down below. We make videos every single day on the weekdays, and I'll see you guys all next Thursday. Bye, guys.